Be prepared. Something deeply unusual is approaching. On April 18th, the skies won't just move, they'll whisper. They'll crack open a door that's been sealed for over 2 centuries. And here's the unsettling part. Almost no one is talking about it. This isn't your typical astrology update. This is Mercury, the planet of thought, speech, and truth, facing Neptune, the ruler of dreams, illusions, and higher wisdom. And they're not just meeting anywhere. They're locking eyes at 0 degrees Aries, the exact starting point of the zodiac. This is like the universe hitting the reset button right at the edge of the void. Think of it like standing on a cliff during a thunderstorm, wind in your face, lightning overhead, and the air is too quiet. That kind of stillness before something changes everything. You might already be feeling it. Flashes of thoughts that don't feel like your own. Dreams that are so vivid, they linger in your chest all day. A strange pull, like something just beyond the veil is trying to reach you. That's not your imagination, it's the signal. As the veil between the seen and unseen gets thinner, the choices you make now will echo far beyond the moment. You don't want to sleepwalk through this. This is your wake-up call. Like, subscribe, and drop the number 77 in the comments if you're ready to ride this wave and help spread the word. Because trust me, most people won't see this coming. Now, let's break down what's really happening on April 18th, and why this cosmic event may be the most important message the universe has delivered in over 200 years. And this brings us to the real question: why does this alignment matter so much, and why now? Because this isn't just some planetary meetup. It's the cosmic equivalent of lightning striking the ocean at midnight. Powerful, mysterious, and impossible to ignore. April 18th isn't just a date. It's a portal, a hidden switch in the universal blueprint that only turns on once in centuries. The last time Mercury and Neptune aligned at 0 degrees Aries, the very first degree of the zodiac, was over 200 years ago. That's before electricity lit our cities, before the world had even imagined the internet. That alone should tell you how rare and impactful this is. Now, imagine this. Mercury is the messenger. It rules our minds, our thoughts, the words we speak, and the ones we never say. Neptune, on the other hand, is the dreamer, the master of intuition, illusion, spirituality, and visions beyond the physical. When these two meet at the very birthplace of the zodiac, it's like a spark between mind and soul at the starting line of reality. This alignment isn't casual, it's precise, almost surgically so, and it's happening at the most sensitive, raw, fertile space in the entire zodiac, 0 degrees Aries. That degree is the cosmic womb where new cycles are born. It's not just an ending or a beginning, it's the beginning before the beginning. A blank slate so powerful that even your subconscious is being rewritten. Right now, logic is fading and intuition is rising. Many are already feeling the effects: confused thoughts, sudden déjà vu, hyper-real dreams, an unshakable sense that something is off or about to happen. You're not imagining it. It's not a coincidence. It's a transmission. The veil between this world and the invisible one is getting thinner by the hour. Your dreams may start delivering messages. Old memories may suddenly surface out of nowhere. And you might begin sensing things before they happen, like a sixth sense coming online. This is not madness. It's the upgrade. And here's the kicker. What you think and believe around this time matters. Mercury rules your mental wiring. Neptune, your connection to something bigger. This conjunction could either awaken your higher mind or pull you deeper into delusion. That's why awareness is everything. This is a moment of great power, but also great vulnerability. Like holding a mirror in a thunderstorm, it can reflect light or shatter. So if you've been feeling a strange push to let go of the past, to start something new, or to question everything you once believed, don't ignore it. That's your soul responding to the cosmic call. We are not in ordinary time, and those who recognize that will be the ones who ride the wave instead of being swept away by it. And listen, not everyone will experience this alignment the same way. In fact, this moment will divide people, not by belief or background, but by awareness. Some will feel like they're waking up from a long, heavy sleep, suddenly seeing things with new clarity. Others might slip deeper into the fog, unsure of what's real and what's just a dream dressed as truth. On April 18th, as Mercury and Neptune join hands at 0 degrees Aries, the Aries point, we're not just looking at a rare cosmic event. We're staring at a spiritual threshold. This degree is where the zodiac begins, like the universe's New Year's Day. It's not a reset in the way a calendar flips. It's deeper. It's a reboot of the inner compass, a quiet but powerful shift in how we perceive reality. Picture this. Mercury is the mind, the voice in your head, the words in your mouth, the thoughts flying behind your eyes. Neptune is a dream, a wave, a fog bank full of intuition, illusion, and divine whispers. When these two collide at the very genesis of cosmic movement, you're faced with a choice: clarity or confusion. Some will be gifted with sudden insights, like puzzle pieces falling into place after years of frustration. They'll understand their purpose more deeply, see through lies, and tap into truths that go beyond language. It might feel like downloading messages from the universe itself. But for others, it will feel like static, like trying to tune into a radio station and only hearing the hum of chaos. This is why awareness is everything right now. Without it, Neptune can wrap you in illusions so convincing you won't even realize you're lost. It's like wandering through a dream, thinking you're awake. Mercury, when clouded by Neptune, can twist thoughts, create misunderstandings, or make fantasy feel like prophecy. And that's dangerous if you're not grounded. But if you are aware, if you stay present, curious, and open without blindly trusting every feeling or thought, then this moment becomes a doorway, not a trap. This is a spiritual initiation, a test. And like any test, there are two possible outcomes: breakthrough or breakdown. So ask yourself right now, am I numbing out or tuning in? Am I chasing distractions, or am I listening to the silence behind the noise? The answer will shape how you experience the days ahead. Because the universe isn't just giving us information, it's asking us to evolve. And those who rise to the occasion may find their entire inner world transformed. We're stepping deeper into this energy now, and it's beginning to seep into the one place most people ignore: the dream world. The realm behind your eyelids is no longer just a place of random stories and flickering images. It has become a messenger. Have you noticed it? Maybe you've been waking up with fragments of dreams that feel too specific, too heavy with emotion to be meaningless. Or maybe you've had visions that stayed with you all day, buzzing under your skin like a song you can't stop hearing. That's not random. That's not imagination. That's communication. Right now, your dream world is becoming a broadcast station for the divine. With Mercury, the mind, the processor, the translator, fusing with Neptune, the subconscious, the spiritual ocean, the source of soul truths. At 0 degrees Aries, your internal antenna is tuning into something far greater than your everyday thoughts. This is like your soul's inbox being flooded with messages you didn't know you were ready to receive. And they won't come in plain words. They'll come as symbols, strange faces, places you've never seen, or feelings you can't explain. That's how this language works. It's not linear. It's not logical. It's coded. Your dreams are becoming a mirror, reflecting your higher self, your spirit guides, and the collective consciousness that we're all part of. Write them down, seriously. Keep a notebook by your bed or use your phone, whatever it takes. Don't let these messages slip away like morning mist. Some of what you dream in the next few days could be glimpses of your future, or the truth about your past. It could be the blueprint of something you're meant to build, heal, or understand. Think of Neptune as the deep sea and Mercury as the diver. When they meet like this, they pull treasure from the bottom of your soul, but only if you're paying attention. There's an old saying, when the soul is ready, the night speaks. And right now, the night is screaming in symbols. Whether it's an animal showing up again and again, a loved one speaking words they never said in real life, or a place you've never been to but somehow know, pay attention. These are not just dreams. These are keys. What makes this moment even more powerful is the Aries point, the place of new beginnings. Your dream state is not just showing you truths, it's preparing you for rebirth. It's giving you spiritual instructions before your conscious mind can catch up. So don't shrug it off. Don't brush away those dreams as nonsense. The universe is speaking to you in the oldest language it knows, through symbols, through story, through soul. And if you're ready to understand what it's saying, you'll start to see that nothing is random. Everything is connected, even your dreams. We're not done yet. What happens next might shake your inner world even more. Let's go deeper, because the dream world isn't the only place where the universe is trying to get your attention. The messages don't stop when you wake up. In fact, they may become even louder. Have you been seeing the same numbers everywhere? 1111, 333, 777. Maybe you hear a stranger say something that answers a question you were just thinking about, or a song starts playing with lyrics that hit way too close to home. A book falls off the shelf, and when you open it, it's the exact message you needed. That's not luck. That's not chance. That's synchronicity. And it's about to flood your reality like a wave. This Mercury Neptune conjunction is dissolving the thin line between what we call coincidence and what we call meaning. Mercury wants you to think. Neptune wants you to feel. When they merge, they create a kind of psychic static, where the universe can sneak in and speak, not in sentences, but in symbols and patterns. It's like walking through a maze, and suddenly the walls light up, guiding you exactly where to turn. You're not hallucinating, you're being guided. These synchronicities aren't random. They're echoes from a deeper part of reality, glitches in the matrix meant to wake you up, a cosmic breadcrumb trail. The closer we move to April 18th, the more intense, frequent, and undeniable these signs will become. What used to feel like a fluke now feels orchestrated. This is the universe pulling back the curtain. It's saying, hey, pay attention. You're on the right path. Or sometimes, you're about to miss something important. Look again. But here's the thing. Synchronicity is like a whisper. If you're too busy, too skeptical, or too numb to notice, it'll pass you by. That's why now is the time to slow down, to observe, to become a witness in your own life. There's a quote that fits this moment perfectly. Once is chance, twice is coincidence, 3 times is a message. Start counting. How many coincidences have you brushed off lately? This alignment is a spiritual tuning fork. It's setting your inner compass towards something bigger. But you have to listen. Look for repetition, patterns, numbers, animals, names, anything that shows up more than once. Because repetition is how the divine speaks without words. And don't just notice them. Write them down. Track the patterns. Treat your life like a moving myth. because right now, you're not just living a day, you're living a symbol. And here's the wild part. The more you acknowledge synchronicity, the more it shows up. It's like a feedback loop with the universe. When you listen, it speaks louder. So if weird patterns are starting to appear, good. You're not going crazy. You're waking up, and not just mentally or emotionally. Your entire energy field is beginning to shift. You may not see it, but you're feeling it. In your body, in your skin, in your nerves. This isn't imagination. This is frequency. As Mercury and Neptune fuse at 0 degrees Aries, they're not just sending messages through dreams or signs, they're upgrading your energetic blueprint. You may notice tingling sensations on your crown, sudden pressure in your forehead, or even a strange heaviness in your chest. You might feel waves of emotion that aren't even yours, or find yourself overwhelmed by places, people, or even memories that never used to affect you this way. What's happening is simple but profound. Your spiritual channels are opening, whether you asked for it or not. Think of your energy body like a radio that's been operating on one frequency for most of your life. That frequency helped you survive. It kept you plugged into everyday life. But now, the dial is turning. New frequencies, higher, faster, more refined, are pouring in. That's why things feel weird. That's why you're more sensitive. You're not breaking down. You're tuning up. It doesn't matter whether you've been walking a spiritual path for years or if this is all brand new. Your energy body doesn't care about labels. It responds to vibration. And right now, the vibration of this Mercury-Neptune conjunction is so rare, so specific, it's waking up codes in you that have been dormant for lifetimes. Intuition is sharpening. You're sensing things before they happen. You're reading between the lines of conversations, hearing what isn't said, feeling the truth even when it's hidden behind a smile. These are not coincidences. These are abilities you've always had, but were never taught to trust. You may feel like you're becoming a different version of yourself, like you're outgrowing your own skin. That's not just metaphor, that's energy realignment. You're literally shifting into a higher version of yourself, one that can hold more light, more truth, and more you. And yes, it can feel disorienting. One day you feel blissed out, the next you're overwhelmed. One moment you feel connected to everything, the next you're drained and foggy. That's part of the recalibration. You're learning how to exist in a body that's receiving more input than it ever has before. Be gentle with yourself right now. Rest, hydrate, unplug when you need to. Your system is adapting to new light codes, and that takes energy. Honor the process. This isn't just happening to you, it's happening for you, because to receive what's coming next, you need to be aligned on every level, mind, heart, and energy. And once you've moved through that energetic recalibration, once you've allowed the frequency shift to settle into your system, something remarkable begins to happen. Clarity. But not the kind you're used to. Not just sharper thinking or faster decision-making. This is something else entirely. This is the kind of clarity that comes after the storm, when the wind has calmed and the sky is so still, it almost feels like it's listening. After April 18th, when the dust of this rare Mercury-Neptune conjunction begins to settle, many of you will feel a shift in perception so profound, it may feel like you've stepped into a different version of reality. Suddenly, problems that once felt tangled and impossible begin to unravel. Confusion gives way to insight. You begin to see patterns, connections, and answers that were hidden in plain sight. Not because the world changed, but because you did. This clarity isn't just mental, it's multidimensional. You'll feel it in your body, in your spirit. You'll start noticing how logic and intuition are no longer arguing with each other. They're dancing. It's like Mercury and Neptune gave birth to a new kind of vision. You'll see both the forest and the trees. You'll understand both the details and the bigger picture without having to choose between them. Some of you may receive sudden downloads, ideas, inspirations, solutions that seem to arrive fully formed, as if whispered directly into your mind. Others may find a soft sense of peace, the kind that only comes when you know something deeply without having to explain it. This is the aftermath of transformation. Not loud, not dramatic, but deeply, undeniably real. It's like cleaning a fogged-up mirror after a hot shower. For the first time in a long time, you can see your reflection clearly. And with that clarity comes direction, purpose, vision. And make no mistake, this shift is not temporary. This isn't just a magical moment that fades when the stars move on. What's being unlocked here has the power to permanently transform how you think, how you perceive, and how you move through the world. This is what it means when we say, nothing will ever be the same again. Because once you see clearly, you can't go back to blindness. Once you feel the truth in your bones, confusion has no place to hide. So if you've made it this far, through the dreams, the signs, the energetic upgrades, trust that what's coming is not just clarity, but confirmation. Proof that you're not crazy, not lost, just awakening. We've now reached the end of this transmission, but the beginning of a new reality, one you are meant to walk with your eyes wide open. And if you're feeling this shift already, drop 77 in the comments, like and subscribe. Let's make sure this message reaches the people who are silently searching for it. Because now, more than ever, they need to know. They're not alone. Because now, more than ever, they need to know they're not alone, and neither are you. In fact, the journey doesn't end with the clarity. That's only the beginning. What comes next is perhaps the most sacred part of this entire unfolding, the integration. After April 18th, the effects of the Mercury-Neptune conjunction won't just vanish into thin air. The energy doesn't disappear, it settles. It begins to move through you, gently but powerfully, like roots spreading through the soil after a storm. The next 40 days are not random. This number shows up across countless spiritual traditions as a sacred window of transformation, a time of purification, reflection, and rebirth. A time when what was revealed in the light of awareness must now be woven into the fabric of your life. This is the sacred aftermath. You'll start noticing changes in how you speak, how you listen, how you understand not only yourself, but others. You might catch yourself pausing before you speak, because your words suddenly feel heavier, more charged with intention. Mercury, the communicator, has been rewired. You're no longer just talking, you're transmitting energy. Creativity may burst open like floodgates. Writing, music, art, or even ideas for life changes that once felt stuck could start flowing without effort. Time may feel strange, either speeding up or slowing down, because your perception is expanding. You're not just living in the moment, you're feeling time like a river, and you're learning how to swim with it instead of against it. Déjà vu may become more frequent. You might begin having dreams that seem like previews, not memories. You'll read something familiar, a spiritual text, a quote, a teaching, and it will land differently, like hearing it for the first time, even if you've known the words for years. That's not repetition, that's revelation. This is the true alchemy of the next 40 days. And here's the most important part. You have a choice. You can move through this time consciously, journaling, meditating, reflecting, paying attention to the signs. Or you can let it wash over you, passive, distracted, missing the subtle guidance being offered moment by moment. Because here's the truth. Transformation doesn't always look like lightning and fireworks. Sometimes it looks like a quiet shift, a new habit, a different tone of voice, a moment of stillness where you used to react. That's where the real magic is, in the small changes that ripple through your entire life. So ask yourself, will I walk this path with awareness, or will I let it carry me somewhere without direction? You have 40 days to anchor this shift.